So if you get this message on your HP printer, which is the printer is not designed to use continuous ink systems, this is usually a fault with either the cartridge, so you replace the cartridge first. If it still doesn't work, then it's definitely a fault with the printer head. I'm now going to show you how to strip the printer head down and fix that fault. So here's your print head. Now we're going to take out the screws on the back here. Okay, so taking out the 2 screws here, we're now going to take out the 4 screws at the top. Now disconnect the ribbon here, and if you look there you'll see a number of contacts, 8 contacts, and you'll see 8 springs in here. Now what you need to do is clean these contacts, take the springs out and make sure they're clean in each of the holes as well. Now I don't know if you can see this, but those 2 springs there, they came out of the blue, the cyan colour. And if you look, the actual bottoms of those springs are covered in ink, and that means the ink is stopping these springs making correct contact in the actual printer head. So these all need to be cleaned, so all of the ink is cleaned off them, and also clean down the holes as well so we can make a decent contact. These end 2 there. Right, so put the springs in a little bit of white spirit, and I'll leave them to soak for a little while to make sure they're cleaned while we take out the next 2 screws so we can lift out the front plate. Now you won't be able to see this on camera, but if you look down those holes you can see the contacts which are on the backs of these here are actually covering, in this case it's blue ink. You need to clean that off, and this can be a little bit awkward because you can't disassemble the printer anymore, so you've got to get down this gap at the back with a cloth and just wipe along to clean the contacts. Right, so this is how I do it. Bit of cloth, I put a small amount of white spirit on it. Now I'm going to fit it down the back here. I'm going to rub it along to clean all these contacts at the back. Now if you look here, you'll see those contacts that were blue are now bright shiny silver again. Okay, so that's got them ready to make a nice contact with those springs. Right, so I've dried down that slot with a bit of tissue paper so it's all nice and dry, and removed the last traces of the white spirit I used to clean it with. We're now going to reinstall the inner piece here, and then we'll start to fit the springs. Right, so here's the springs, all suitably dried, and I've dried the ends of each one off. I'm now going to reinsert them. Oops. Right, that's all 8 springs back in place. I'm just going to wipe the surface of here, these contacts here now, just to make sure they're clean before I make sure that this aligns correctly in the slots, and then I'll attach the 2 screws and put the ribbon back in. Okay, so it's all now reassembled, and remember, put some gloves on because there's ink everywhere once you do this type of job. Okay, let's reinstall it and see if it works. Right, so all started up again, and the error message has disappeared with regard to being a continuous ink system, telling me I've got a couple of depleted cartridges, but let's ignore those, and now we'll see if it'll print. Okay, so it looks like it's printing. Okay, so mine's the HP Office Pro 7740. I'm not saying it's going to fix your problem with your printer head and stuff, but it certainly fixed it for me, so good luck and I hope it works for you.